divisional rivals underway here on Thanksgiving Day. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again. Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMarvion Overshown. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. They'll be led out by a 3rd-year pro and 3rd overall pick from North Dakota State. He battled injuries early in his career, trying to stay healthy now, and that's Trey Lance.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might have considered that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Working from the gun, Lance. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. This from 36 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Mozzie Smith, he fought through to record the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On the catch, it's Crowder. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance. When you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround, the first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in there by Cooks. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rico Dowdle, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Lance looking to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day? Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Deron Payne, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Lance to throw it. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On play action, Lance. Touchdown! C.D. Lamb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A nice throw there for the 1st down, and this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4 or 5, 6 years old, and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 17-0 our score after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Back to throw. Daniels. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Daniels. That is caught. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Daniels. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. From 17 yards out. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart, because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with, because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Here's Hines. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 4. Now a throw here, hauled in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Daniels. It's over the middle. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. Takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. It's his 9th rushing touchdown on the year and 11th overall. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. McManus's point after is good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Shotgun now for Lance. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out.
A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Back to throw again. He'll check this down to Hines.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The kick by McManus is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody at home as we take a look ahead to what's coming up both later today and this weekend. One of the best of the early games? We'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills. Finally on Monday night, Cyber Monday. Put the credit card away and settle in for Bears and Vikings from US Bank Stadium. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 37.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance. And this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Pierce on the counter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner, in to bring him down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Lance. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Lance. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jonathan Allen busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And Lance now to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now Lance. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dameon Pierce, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Aubrey now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Steele. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Pierce, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And his kick is absolutely perfect, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. On third down, Daniels. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Second down and 6 now.
Second and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Steele. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
On first down, Daniels. This pass hauled in by Dotson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Micah Parsons picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by McManus is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan?
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, Daniels. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Off the bootleg, Daniels. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Not the
first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Up the middle they go. Steele. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably spreading.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Lance's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
And Lance going to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. They run here with Dowdle.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
A running play. It's Dowdle.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
From midfield, here's Lance.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Now Washington
Down by 4. 1:47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. He's got Eckler.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
He's back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll look to throw.
To Crowder, and he's got it on the crossing route. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Lance.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Here's 2nd down. Lance looking to throw. That's caught by Tolbert.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
One final try now for Lance.
Flushed out right.
Down the right sideline.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score to overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think hope was wearing one jersey and worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Commanders,
the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.